and the Patron-in-Chief for PETROTECH 2019, the Honourable Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan Ji. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to all of you now in the inaugural session of PETROTECH 2019, which this year, ladies and gentlemen, has received an overwhelming response with more than 70 plus countries participating. And we started our discussions and deliberations yesterday, and I think all of us are of the agreement and consensus that this new energy world today is a reality. And the future strategies are going to be now more driven by sustainability, climate change, and our commitment to take the energy to the poorest of the poor, make it more accessible and affordable. And that is where we are looking for a new thinking, a new approach, collaborations, innovations, partnerships, new technologies, policies, strategies, and yes, a very dynamic leadership so as to counter and combat these strong headwinds which are there. And in that regard, ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, we would like to place and express our utmost thanks to our Honourable Prime Minister, someone who is a global leader, who has been recognized on the world stage, recognized by United Nations as a champion of the earth, for driving a new thinking, a new initiative, a new collaboration, the International Solar Alliance, and then for promoting higher levels of cooperation on environmental protection. Back home, ladies and gentlemen, it is under the leadership of our Honourable Prime Minister, very bold and clear thinking, that India today is recalibrating its energy strategies to meet this huge demand of energy as we move forward towards shaping a new India, making this growth more equitable and inclusive, and taking this energy to our people, but with this very strong commitment of being responsive and committing towards sustainable development. So on behalf of everyone, we would like to thank our Honourable Prime Minister to be with us, to lead us and guide us in this very important summit. And I think all of us agree that the summit holds a lot of national, global, economic, social, and yes, environmental importance. Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would also like to show here India's rising energy sector, and towards that we would like to present a short film.
There is a new reality in the oil and gas industry. The need to meet rising energy demands while lowering emissions. The need of the hour in this challenging energy landscape is constant innovation, building collaborations and partnerships. Energy affluence can come through effective engagement. Energizing sustainable future makes the cornerstones of all these engagements. India has experienced the shifts in energy dynamics firsthand. Despite ups and downs, there is great optimism in the country, with major development initiatives like Make in India, Startup India, Digital India, Skill India, and Smart Cities transforming the countryside. High economic growth, a growing population, and ever-increasing energy demand are propelling India into an attractive hydrocarbon destination for trade, technology and investment. India has a multi-pronged approach for meeting its energy requirements. Our Honourable Prime Minister has put forth 4 pillars for India's energy future: energy access, energy efficiency, energy sustainability and energy security.
Energy in general and hydrocarbons in particular are an important part of my vision for India's future. India needs energy which is accessible and affordable to the poor.
In efforts to ensure energy access to all, the Indian government has successfully launched and implemented schemes like Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, under which more than 60 million families have been provided LPG connections, and Pradhan Mantri Har Ghar Bijli Yojana, Saubhagya, to ensure electrification of rural homes. With a vision for energy security, India has established a renewed focus on boosting domestic oil and gas production, and the government has formulated path-breaking policies like HELP. one of the world's largest deep-water oil and gas projects, is being implemented at the Krishna-Godavari basin with an investment of over $5 billion. India has also made investments in upstream assets all over the world. In India, work is in progress to develop a gas grid ecosystem with an additional 15,000 kilometers of pipeline to be added to double the existing network of 30,000 kilometers. The Pradhan Mantri Urja Ganga project and a new LNG terminal being developed on the east coast of Odisha have given a big boost to the eastern part of the country. Plans are in place to connect 326 cities with city gas distribution network by 2022. On the refining front, to emerge as a global refining hub, India is expanding domestic refining capacity from 230 to 480 million tons per annum by the year 2040. Besides ongoing and planned brownfield expansions, greenfield projects are on the anvil, which includes the world's largest 60 MMTPA integrated refinery cum petrochemicals complex with an investment of $14 billion. The Indian Strategic Petroleum Reserves Limited has set up a strategic crude oil storage facility of 5.33 MMT capacity at Visakhapatnam, Mangalore and Padur, and is establishing an additional 6.5 MMT of Strategic Petroleum Reserve in Odisha. To reduce import dependence, biofuels, bamboo biorefinery, biojet fuels are also being encouraged. The conversion of waste biomass to 2G ethanol and biogas to bio-CNG are also being fast-tracked. India's prowess in R&D has helped in the development of cutting-edge technologies, leading to greater product optimization and cleaner fuels. Backing the spirit of innovation, 10 public sector undertakings have created a corpus of $45.3 million to support startup initiatives in the energy sector. Leading oil and gas companies have come together and set up the Hydrocarbon Sector Skill Council for skills training and development of the youth in the Indian hydrocarbon sector. As a responsible global member of the Committee of Nations, India is committed to combating climate change, curbing emissions and ensuring a sustainable future. Come, join us as we explore new avenues, build a new India, fuel new aspirations and reach new horizons in the energy sector. Welcome to PETROTECH, the confluence of energy.
So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PETROTECH, the confluence of energy. And now I would like to request the Patron-in-Chief of PETROTECH 2019, our Honorable Minister, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan Ji, for his welcome remarks.
Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi Ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh Shri Yogi Adityanath Ji, ministerial colleagues from overseas, excellencies, ambassadors and high commissioners, representatives of oil and gas sector, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, namaste and good morning. I would like to thank Honorable Prime Minister for finding time to do the formal inauguration of PETROTECH 2019, the 13th edition of India's flagship hydrocarbon conference and exhibition. His presence is always an inspiration for all of us. Friends, energy occupies a very important place in Prime Minister's vision for India. He had attended the last PETROTECH in 2016 and had also attended the IEF meeting in New Delhi in early 2018. He has also made it a point to interact and brainstorm with all oil and gas experts from around the world on an annual basis. Friends, lack of access to energy has been a fundamental barrier to progress in many parts of Africa and South Asia and has impacts on a wide range of developmental indicators such as health, education, food security, gender equality, livelihoods and overall poverty eradication. India has been unprecedented reforms in the last 5 years in the energy sector. These reforms have accelerated our work in delivering energy justice to the poorest of the poor by adopting the 4 pillars visualized by Honorable Prime Minister Sri Modi. These are energy access, energy efficiency, energy sustainability, and energy security as our guiding principles. PETROTECH has also served as a platform to discuss the solutions to the challenges that we face not only in India but also in our respective countries in delivering affordable, efficient, clean and assured energy supplies to all our citizens. I am sure this event provides value to the 7,000 participants and 60 participating countries. The world is seeing a dramatic shift in the source of energy supply and consumption. There has been a big shift in energy consumption from OECD countries to developing Asia. Electric vehicles, alternate forms of energy, Industrial Evolution 4.0 will also change the consumption patterns. US has become the world's largest oil and gas producer after the shale revolution, and it is challenging the traditional oil dynamics. Affordable solar PV is taking increasing share in the supply mix, helping to reduce carbon footprints. With Honorable Prime Minister's guidance, we have been able to make a meaningful difference in the Indian hydrocarbon sector. Today, India's voice as a large, reliably energy-consuming nation is heard with respect. We have been able to convince the oil supplier about India's as well as all consuming nations' justified stance for a responsible and reasonable pricing. We have been able to simplify and reform our oil and gas sector policies and guidelines to attract new investors and inject new technologies. Schemes like Ujjwala and expansion of city gas network have proved to be game changer in the drastically ramping up access to clean cooking fuel to millions of common people in country. Such initiatives are not only leading to energy justice as envisaged by Honorable Prime Minister, but also business opportunities and addressing climate change as well as local pollution concerns. I once again thank Honorable Prime Minister to spare his valuable time and his willingness to share his thoughts and vision. I wish success to PETROTECH 2019. Hope these 2 days of deliberation and exchange of ideas among all participants will be enriching and rewarding. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, sir, for spelling out the vision and mission for the energy sector, India's energy sector, under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister. And ladies and gentlemen, in every PETROTECH, we've had a tradition of conferring the Lifetime Achievement Award to an international personality for his outstanding contribution and exemplary performance at the global level. We present the Lifetime Achievement Award in the international category, and this year, PETROTECH 2019 Lifetime Achievement Award in the international category is being conferred on His Excellency Dr. Sultan Ahmed Al Zaber, the Minister of State, United Arab Emirates and the CEO of ADNOC, for his unique contributions towards shaping the world's energy future with his intellectual leadership, insight, clear vision, and yes, practical guidance. We would also like to now show you a short film on his many contributions and achievements.
Since being appointed Group CEO of ADNOC in February 2016, Dr. Sultan Al Jaber has led the rapid transformation of the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, built bridges with growth markets, notably India, and reshaped the business model for the NOC of the future. Following the wise guidance and direction of the UAE leadership, Dr. Sultan oversaw the successful IPO of ADNOC distribution, expanded strategic partnerships, brokered the first ever concession agreement with a consortium of Indian companies, and launched a massive $45 billion downstream expansion. Dr. Sultan has strengthened ties with the rising economies of Asia, in particular with India. In 2017, ADNOC signed an agreement to supply 6 million barrels of crude to India's Strategic Petroleum Reserve. And in June last year, ADNOC became a strategic partner in the Ratnagiri Refining and Petrochemicals Complex. As a result, Dr. Sultan has made a valuable contribution to regional and global energy security. Dr. Sultan has also emerged as a thought leader with his concept of Oil and Gas 4.0, defining the industry's mission to modernize in order to ensure the world's growing energy needs are met in the fourth industrial age. Specifically, he has stressed the need for the oil and gas industry to leverage artificial intelligence and other breakthrough technologies, from big data to blockchain, and is leading by example by incorporating these innovations into ADNOC's best-in-class Panorama Digital Command Center. In short, Dr. Sultan has proven himself a true industry pioneer, ensuring the oil and gas industry remains relevant, agile, and responsive to the needs of the future.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in appreciating and honoring His Excellency Dr. Sultan Ahmed Al Jaber, the Minister of State, United Arab Emirates, and the CEO of ADNOC, as we confer the PETROTECH 2019 Lifetime Achievement Award in the international category on him. May I request our Honorable Prime Minister to please bestow the honor. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sultan Jaber has made valuable contributions to regional and global energy security while reshaping the traditional business models to adapt to a fast evolving energy landscape. PETROTECH also recognizes the staunch support of His Excellency Dr. Sultan Ahmed Al Jaber towards strengthening the strategic energy relationship between India and UAE. May I request Dr. Jaber to kindly express his feelings here, as I request him to kindly address this august gathering.
Honorable Prime Minister, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests and delegates, let me first say that it indeed gives me great pleasure to be back here in India, where the bonds of friendship and strategic ties with the United Arab Emirates run very strong and actually very deep. I am indeed honored and very humbled to receive this prestigious PETROTECH Lifetime Achievement Award, which recognizes the transformation underway at the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. This has only been made possible by the wise counsel, guidance, and direction of the United Arab Emirates leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, India's growing demand for energy is in fact unprecedented, driven by a middle class that is set to grow tenfold over the next decade. ADNOC has built on the strength of the UAE-India strategic partnership to reinforce our energy cooperation, making India not simply a valued customer, but in fact a very important strategic partner to the United Arab Emirates. Distinguished delegates, this award is a testament to the fact that everyone who works at ADNOC is dedicated to carrying out this very important mission of enhancing and strengthening the strategic partnership between India and the United Arab Emirates. In accepting this award, I would like to note my special appreciation to the members of the PETROTECH Prize jury for their hard work and consideration, and for all my dear friends here in India. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Jaber, and once again, many congratulations to you, to your company, and we really value the immense contribution which you have been making to the global energy sector. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we seek the guidance of our Honorable Prime Minister, I would like to request our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, and invite him for his inaugural address.
यूपी सीएम श्री योगी आदित्यनाथ जी, मिनिस्टर ऑफ पेट्रोलियम एंड नेचुरल गैस श्री धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जी, मिनिस्टर्स ऑफ एनर्जी फ्रॉम गेस्ट कंट्रीज, कैप्टन्स ऑफ द ऑयल एंड गैस सेक्टर, एक्सेलेंसीज, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Namaste. At the outset, I apologize for the delay in logistic regions. I am delighted to welcome you all to PETROTECH 2019, the 13th edition of India's flagship hydrocarbon conference. I would also like to congratulate His Excellency Dr. Sultan Al Jaber for his contribution to the energy sector and vision for the future. Over the last quarter century, PETROTECH has served as a platform to discuss solutions to challenges that we face in the energy sector. In each of our respective countries, we seek to deliver affordable, efficient, clean and assured energy supply to our citizens. The presence of over 60 countries and 7,000 delegates is a reflection of that common quest. Several decades of public life have convinced me that energy is a key driver of socio-economic growth. Suitably priced, stable and sustainable energy supply is essential for rapid growth of the economy. It also helps the poor and deprived section of society to partake of economic benefits. At the macro level, the energy sector is a pivot and key enabler of growth. Friends, as we gather here to discuss the present and future global energy, winds of change are evident in the global energy arena. Energy supply, energy sources, and energy consumption patterns are changing. Perhaps this could be a historic transition. There is a shift in energy consumption from west to east. The United States has become the world's largest oil and gas producer after the shale revolution. Solar energy and other renewable sources of energy have become more competitive. They are emerging as sustainable substitutes for traditional energy forms. Natural gas is fast becoming one of the largest fuels in the global energy mix. There are signs of convergence between cheaper renewable energy, technology, and digital applications. This may increase the speed of the achievements of many sustainable development goals. Nations are coming together to tackle climate change. This is visible in global partnership such as the International Solar Alliance promoted by India and France. We are entering an era of greater energy availability. But more than 1 billion people across the globe still do not have access to electricity. Many more do not have access to clean cooking fuel. India has taken a lead in addressing these issues of energy access. In our success, I see hope for the world that problems of energy availability can be suitably addressed. People must have universal access to clean, affordable, sustainable and equitable supply of energy. India's contribution in the onset of an era based on energy justice is significant. Currently, India is the fastest growing large economy in the world. Leading agencies such as IMF and World Bank project the same trend to continue in the coming years. In an uncertain global economic environment, India has shown tremendous resilience as an anchor of the world economy. India recently became the 6th largest economy in the world. According to a recent report by 2030, India could be the 2nd largest world economy. We are also the 3rd largest energy consumer in the world, with demand growing at more than 5% annually. India remains an attractive market for energy companies, with energy demand expected to more than double by 2040. We have adopted an integrated approach towards energy planning. During the last PETROTECH conference in December 2016, I mentioned 4 pillars for India's energy future. These are energy access, energy efficiency, energy sustainability, and energy security. Friends, energy justice is also a key objective for me and a top priority for India. Toward this end, we have developed and implemented many policies. The result of these efforts are now evident. Electricity has reached all our rural areas. This year, we aim to achieve 100% electrification of households in India through a targeted program called Saubhagya. As we raise production, we also aim to reduce losses. Our Uday scheme, working toward this objective. India's World Bank Ease of Getting Electricity ranking improved from 111 in 2014 to 29 in 2018. LED bulbs distributed across the country under the Ujala scheme of 17,000 crore rupees, or nearly 2.5. Access to clean cooking fuel provides major benefits, especially to children at risk of exposure to smoke pollution. LPG connections have been given to over 64 million or 6.4 crore households in just under 3 years under the Ujjwala scheme. A blue flame revolution is underway. LPG coverage has reached more than 90% from 55% 5 years ago. Clean transportation is getting a boost. We are jumping directly from BS4 to BS6 fuel by April 2020. This is the equivalent of Euro 6 standards. Achievements such as 100% electrification and increased LPG coverage are possible only through people's involvement. Energy justice can be done only when people believe in their collective power. Government is only an enabler in converting the reality. The last 5 years have seen major reforms in India's oil and gas sector. Our upstream policies and regulations. We have launched carbon exploration and licensing policy to bring transparency and competitiveness in the sector. The binding criteria has been changed to revenue. This has helped reduce government intervention. An open accurate licensing policy and a national data repository is helping in increased exploration interest in Indian fields. Gas pricing reforms have also been introduced. The enhanced oil recovery policy aims to promote the use of latest technology in improving productivity of upstream fields. Our downstream sector has been completely liberalized. Market-driven petrol and diesel prices reflect changes in the international price of crude oil. India has the fourth largest refining capacity in the world. This will further grow by about 200 million metric tons by 2030. A national biofuel policy was enacted last year. Research on second and third generation biofuel is being promoted. 12 second generation biorefineries are being set up in 11 states. The ethanol blending and biodiesel program is reducing carbon emissions and raising farmers' incomes. Bioaviation turbine fuel has already been tried out in our civil aviation sector. Our government has encouraged private participation across the entire oil and gas value chain. India is becoming an attractive FDI destination. Companies like Saudi Aramco, ADNOC, Total, ExxonMobil, BP, and Shell are looking to increase their investment across the value chain. India is making rapid strides towards the gas-based economy. Our 16,000 kilometers of gas pipeline has been constructed and an additional 11,000 kilometers is under construction. Execution of 3,200 kilometers of gas pipeline in eastern India has begun. This will connect Northeast India with the national gas grid. The 10th bid round for city gas distribution will be complete in a month's time. This will cover over 400 districts. It will extend coverage of city gas distribution to 70% of our population. We are gearing up for Industry 4.0. It will change the way industry operates with new technology and processes. Our companies are adopting latest technologies to improve efficiency, increase safety, and reduce costs. This is being done in downstream retail as well as in upstream oil and gas production, asset maintenance, and remote monitoring. In recent years, we have deepened our international engagement with organizations such as the International Energy Agency, and we chaired the International Energy Forum to 2018, able to convert traditional buyer-seller engagements into strategic partnership through bilateral investments. We have also promoted our neighborhood first policy by strengthening energy engagement with Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and Myanmar. I have regularly engaged with global oil and gas sector. In my interactions with world leaders and CEOs, I have always maintained that gas are not only a commodity of trade, but also of necessity. Whether it is for the kitchen of a common man or for an aircraft, energy is essential. For too long, the world has seen crude prices on a roller coaster. We need to move to responsible price, which balances the interests of both the producer and consumer. We also need to move towards transparent and flexible markets for both oil and gas. Only then can we serve the energy needs of humanity and in optimal manner. Another key issue that needs the world to come together is climate change. Together, we can achieve the targets we set for ourselves at COP21 in Paris. India has made rapid strides in meeting its commitment. We are on our way to reaching the targets. PETROTECH provides the perfect setting to ponder over the future of the energy sector. It is a good platform to reflect on how global shifts, transitions, policies, and new technologies will influence market stability and future investment in the sector. I wish you all a successful and fruitful conference. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, sir, for leading us, for guiding us, sharing your progressive commitment and commitment towards development, towards environment protection and energy justice for all. Thank you. Let's join us, ladies and gentlemen, once again thanking our Honorable Prime Minister for actually magnifying and dignifying this event with his gracious presence. Thank you, Prime Minister, sir. We also thank Yogi Adityanath ji, the Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. Thanks also to Dr. Mahesh Sharma, who joined us, our Minister for Culture, and our Patron-in-Chief, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji. Thank you to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Requesting you to remain at your seat for some more time, and then I'll just inform you as we move out. We move for a short break of tea and coffee, and then we are going to be starting our session. We will be starting on time.